What up, world? Established Rich coming right back at you. I wanted to show you this video I just saw on the Ville's channel. I wanted to share it with you guys. It's Kendrick Lamar celebrating after his Super Bowl performance. Check it out. Yeah, he deserves every bit of that adulation that he's getting. I wanted to share an article with you guys about the behind the scenes of him actually making this performance come to life. So let's start with Eric Eastland. Eric Eastland from All Access, the company responsible for fabricating the stage for Sunday's show, was the one who found that Lamar wanted. Eastland and his team located the GNX at a mom and pop car lot in Riverdale, California, after a thorough search and at least one near mishap. As anyone watching the halftime show knows, it worked right on cue. As Lamar wrapped his way through bodies, the car that Eastland found and gutted popped open to reveal a small army of dancers. It highlighted just one of four stages Lamar used during the halftime show. Each performance space was shaped like a button on a PlayStation style controller, a performance intended to portray Lamar's life as a video game. So that makes a lot of sense. Remember when the guy was wearing all white and he was dancing inside of an X, which what I thought was an X, but turns out to be the X on a PlayStation controller. Can you believe that? The concept came from Lamar himself. Roger says she doesn't know if the concept has anything to do with his highly publicized beef with Drake, but will say that Lamar had a vision for what he wanted his show to be, and she made it her mission to execute it. I think the video game theme was symbolic, his way to reach young people, Roger says. A lot of it is showing his journey, traveling through the American dream. During a press conference held Thursday by the show's sponsor, Apple Music, Lamar promised to bring storytelling in his performance. The rudimentary shapes on the field on Sunday were meant to provide a clean, easy to understand platform for the rapper to tell that story, says creative director Mike Carson, who worked with Lamar, director Dave Free, and other members of Lamar's creative company PG Lang to develop the halftime show's look and sound. They were on board with our vision from day one, Carson says. Even with this being one of the largest halftime footprints ever, Shelley and team came with clever ideas and guidance to help us maintain the design integrity and get this beast across the finish line. Fields are very important in the NFL. 2 years ago, when Rodgers did the Rihanna show, they created platforms that floated above the playing area to keep Rihanna off the grass. They caught a break this year. The Superdome in New Orleans has a synthetic field, which is far more resilient than the natural turf at State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona. So there you have some behind the scenes information on how they created the stage show for Kendrick Lamar. And I want to reiterate the fact that Kendrick Lamar worked that entire stage. I just rewatched this performance. I enjoyed it even more the second time that I watched it. The second time I actually played it in my Beats by Dre, I could hear the clarity in his lyrics. He sounded calm on the mic. He sounded relaxed. He sounded in complete control of his breath, hitting every word right on point. The beatboxing part or acapella part where he had all the guys under the light pole. Oh man, that's the essence of hip hop. Just him and almost a human beatbox, and to do it with such clarity. I believe it was Man at the Garden he performed. That was awesome. You know, awesome part of the show. Let's check out some more reviews. We got the Daily Beast. They're reporting that MAGA has a meltdown over Kendrick Lamar's performance. It was a night of pearl clutching for many prominent conservatives Sunday as they objected to yet another hip hop performance at a major sporting event. This time it was Kendrick Lamar, who was just weeks after winning big at the 2025 Grammys, cemented his victory lap by performing a triumphant halftime show at the Super Bowl. Lamar even seemingly predicted the backlash with the inclusion of acerbic actor Samuel L. Jackson, who introduced the rapper to the crowd and later exclaimed, "Too loud, too reckless, too ghetto. Mr. Lamar, do you really know how to play the game?" Many right wing politicians and pundits were quick to let their disappointment be known as part of a collective MAGA hissy fit over Lamar's performance. Most of the criticism seemed to be over the critics' inability to understand his lyrics. Conservative commenter Matt Walsh described the performance as easily the worst halftime show he has ever seen. Halftime show is trash. Nobody can even understand what he's saying, and the vast majority of football fans haven't even heard of most of these songs. The halftime show you just watched is clearly the regime's response to Trump's historic gains with black men. Another former representative, George Santos, was more direct. The Super Bowl halftime show was absolutely trash. And I think what Kendrick Lamar was intending to do was to put on a polarizing performance. You know, he didn't want it to be okay. He didn't want you to like it. He wanted you to love it or he wanted you to hate it. I personally loved it. He was able to sneak in a lot of cultural references that I don't even think the NFL understood. He was able to also slip in a lot of edgy lyrics that I think went under the NFL's radar. But I think as far as Not Like Us, that was a dot. I mean, for him to be able to perform it the way he did, the NFL had to know that the NFL had to be on board with it. And he performed it brutally. He made sure the camera had a tight shot. He walked in a circle, and I haven't had a chance to see how the people in the background change as he walks around the circle, but that was definitely a choreographed message, I believe myself, in my opinion, to Drake that you're not stopping anything. Not Like Us is this is going to be the nail in the coffin. Having Serena Williams on stage quit walking to Not Like Us after she's been attacked by Drake. Not only her, but her husband has been attacked by Drake for several years. So it did my heart good to see Serena Williams, for lack of a better phrase, dancing on Drake's grave. But that's just my opinion. What's yours? Like, comment, subscribe, establish rich. I'll be back with another one. You know how I do it. Peace.